Ashley,
Yes.
I'm so excited about this conversation. I'm so excited about our connection point, my new BFF, Elizabeth. And although this topic is not a typical topic, it is an important topic. And that is what makes it typical for this beautiful podcast. And I'm so delighted to be in your happy, sparkly, rainbow goodness presence and to know that about you, even in the midst of things that wouldn't necessarily go in the sparkly category. So thank you for being here.
Yes, no, I'm so delighted to be here. And I think, so I'm from the rare disease space. My son has a rare genetic disease called CTNNB1. So this is what we're saying with it's not a typical conversation. We're actually considered ultra rare. There's only 450 people in the entire world that have been diagnosed with CTNNB1 syndrome. And so it's not a typical conversation. But I think it's a really important conversation, one, to shed light on the rare disease community, but two, um, my perception of life is different.
Right.
And so I find magic in the little moments. And I
That's
think
right.
that that is the most important part,
Yeah.
because what we are dealing with is it's so consuming and it's so life altering and it's larger than life and it's something that we cannot control. We have to take every single, we call them glimmers. My friend
Yes.
Effie coined this. She's the Once Upon a Gene podcast host, and she talks about glimmers in the rare disease space. Like every time you hit a milestone or a small magical moment, celebrate them as if it is like
Right.
the largest thing that's ever happened. And
Yeah.
that's kind of how we navigate through it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You're so amazing. And I want to reflect because so everybody that's in their own experience believes they're awful to be awful, obviously, and believes it to be debilitating and believes it to be the reason why they cannot have the life that they want because this other thing is holding them back. And what I love about conversations like this is the perspective that it brings and also the reminder of the magic that we get to create, that it's a decision, that it is not you being ridiculous or frivolous. It's you being present and injecting yourself with all the glitter that the moment can hold because you're deciding that that's important, and it is such a beautiful gift that you are sharing your magical practice with us. So I appreciate you so, so much. And we haven't even really chatted yet.
I know, it's my pleasure. Like, I think finding the small joys in life is really what it's all about.
Yeah,
Everything can't be grand, but if you find magical moments each and every day, it's a day well lived.
for sure. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Okay. How are you saying yes to yourself in this season?
Okay, so saying yes to myself.
See, you're
Um,
so good. I have to just say again, just I interviewed this woman. It aired I don't several months ago, who served like 37 years of a life sentence in prison for a crime she did not commit. And then she is acquitted and wrote a book and was on the podcast. Totally the most joy-filled woman I've ever spoken to. And I think she like had to kill somebody in prison. I think
oh,
because she said, I did what I had to do
yeah,
because
that's
her
all you can do. That's
right,
all you
because
can do.
someone ordered a hit on her in prison and she did what she had to do because she was going to be there. And I was like, oh my gosh, what does that mean? And she
We
said, you
don't
have
talk
to,
about Fight Club. That's
it's
what.
like, right? It's like, you have to read the book. I was like, holy shit. Like, I think she somebody. Like, oh my
Well, now I want the
I
book.
know. It's like so good. Her name is Judy Henderson, and she's like a freaking queen, as you can imagine. And of course, you are in her vibration because you are also a queen. So I'm
Yes.
glad we're here. Okay,
I think
so
we're all queens here,
we
man.
are all queens. That's how we
You
got
know?
here. That's the cost of entrance.
That's it.
Yes. Okay, please continue.
Saying yes to myself. Okay, so I never dreamed of being an entrepreneur. That was not ever in my purview. I like to go to work. I like to do the work, and I like to have a life that's separate from work. Um, and that always worked for me for all these years, right? And then I went into the rare disease space. I was thrust into the rare disease space when I had my son Maddox. Um, and it just so happens that I think I'm a witch, and I can take raw materials and I can turn them into things.
You're an
And
alchemist. I love it.
sewing is one of my greatest passions and one of the things that I'm very skilled at. And so when I would share my creations that I was making for Maddox to help navigate his life. So like weighted blankets or like um, adding bibs to his shirt that won't fall off, or, I made him special characters because he was into characters that didn't necessarily have any retail, so that he could do his grand performances because that's kind of his passion is storytelling. And my friend Effie, who I mentioned previously, her son Ford also has CTNNB1. And she called me one day and she said, I am so tired of everything that's on the market. I need a blanket for Ford. Everything we try to use falls off of him. I see that you can sew. Can you help me? And I was like, okay, like tell me what like challenges you're facing. And it kind of like aligns perfectly to my corporate life because I was in like product development. And so I understand like the whole requirements gathering process and how you make the prototype and then you test it with the user and then how you like update it and then deliver it, right? So I called her and I was like, tell me your requirements. And she's like, what does that mean? I was like, what do you want this blanket to do? And she walked me through all the things. His body's moves a lot. And so the blankets fall down. And I need something that will stay up around his shoulders because it rains here. And he doesn't really like a hood, but I really want him to have a hood. And I'll give you $1 million billion if you can make it waterproof. And I was like, challenge
Hmm.
accepted. Because one of the first things I sewed in on my own was a raincoat. And my sewing teacher was like, Ashley, I said pajama pants. And I was like, I think a raincoat is kind of where it's at. And I have this vintage pattern. And she
You're
was
the
like, this is not a
best.
beginner project. And I was like, we're in luck because in my mind, I'm not a beginner.
Oh my gosh, I love everything about you. I have
So
chills.
I made this beautiful raincoat and it's like gold sparkly. It's like a black laminated cotton and it has little umbrellas that are gold and sparkly. And then I got buttons that you could fill up and I put gold glitter in the buttons, put buttons on this coat. It's a vintage pattern. I wanted it lined. It wasn't lined, so she helped me line it. Like I was like, I think I can do this.
And where do I buy that?
Oh, you can't buy these. The raincoats? Oh, I
Yeah.
only have them for me, but I'll post it on my social media so you could see
Okay. Can I commission you to buy
it.
make me
Yes,
a
you can.
raincoat? Okay,
Yes,
good.
ma'am.
Yay.
So I drew up a sketch, and my drawing skills are not that good. And I sent it to Effie. And I made this blanket that has straps at the top that go around the seat of the wheelchair. It has straps around his torso that are made out of flannel, so she can Velcro it behind his torso. And then there are straps at his calves, so she can Velcro it around his calves. So no matter if he moves all around, it's staying put in all locations.
Awesome.
So on the outside, it's the laminated cotton that I made my raincoat out of. On the inside, it's a soft flannel, and I put a kangaroo pocket in there so he could put his
Oh,
hands in, so his hands would
brilliant.
be warm. And then there's a snap on and off hood. Because he doesn't like the hood, but she wants him to have the hood. Like if it's really raining, we can put the hood on, but otherwise we can take it off, but it's not bulky at his neck because I didn't
Got
want him
it.
to be uncomfortable with his headrest. So
Sure.
it's like if it's not going to be on, just button it off and take it off. That way
Right.
he's the most comfortable. And so that's kind of like the
Oh
birth
my gosh.
of Wishwear Accessories because she posted it on her social media and people from all across the globe were like, how do I get one of these things?
Mm,
And so that was like,
so
it was kind of
excited.
like a pivotal moment where it was like, okay, so I'll just make these one off in my mind. And my friend Elizabeth was like, you're an entrepreneur, go out there and make a business. And I was like, that
Right.
was never my dream. And she was like, that's your reality.
Right.
The people need you. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
now that it's like the perception, right? Like it depends on the marketing spin you put on it. Like, I don't want to be an
Hmm.
entrepreneur. And then she said, the community needs you. And I was like, oh, I
Right.
would never not show up for my community. If
That's
I
right. You're a
did
problem solver.
anything, I
Hmm.
would do it, right?
Hmm.
And so then I was like, oh, I get what you're saying. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
an entrepreneur now. Shoot.
Right. And it gets to finance your dreams. Just like
Yeah.
some people's corporate job, we just spin that. Oh no, this is the biggest investor in your new business.
Okay, so that's exactly how I look at it because I
Yeah.
still really like having a day job
Right?
and I do this, but it costs money to like set up a business and it costs money to get manufacturing on board, which that's what's happening next for me. So I started pretty like, I don't know, maybe in 2022, I made this blanket for Effie. And then, kind of things grew. Like
Yeah.
people would come to me and say, my kid drools a lot and I
Mm.
don't like the way bibs look. So my mission for Wishwear Accessory is I want it to be fun and functional. And when I say fun, I want it to be individualized to the kids because
Right.
a lot of stuff on the market is like so boring. Like it's
Right.
plain black.
Agreed.
It's like bread. No kid
Yeah.
wants to just wear a red shirt
Right.
or whatever it is, right? So I want it to have fun prints like all the other kids get. Like I just
Yeah.
want it to feel like my mom went to Target and picked this up for me and it just works for my needs.
Right.
And so for me, even age appropriate, right? So
Yeah.
if you have a 12-year-old that's drooling, you don't want to put a baby bib on him,
Right.
right? That just it's not the most comfortable feeling for the child to come to school with a baby bib on. And now that gives the other kids something to like poke fun at. And so what I did was I created a shirt. These are plain, but I give parents the option to personalize them. I have a Cricut here in the background. That's what this is.
Oh,
That's
amazing.
vinyl that you can iron on, so I could put designs on it and whatever. Um, so it's a shirt, but it has a button-on layer at the two corners of the top, and then at the bottom. And it's just an extra waterproof, super absorbent layer that goes on top of the shirt, so it just looks like a regular shirt.
Awesome.
So that was like one of the next things that I built because they was like, oh, my kid's like a super drooler. So everybody has their own challenges, but then once I create something and I tell people about it, oh, I made this thing, everyone goes, I have that challenge too. And it's like
Right.
we're so different, but the more we talk about it, the more same we are. And
Hmm.
I think, don't quote me, but I think there is like upwards of like 5,000 rare genetic diseases.
Wow.
And each community population is small, but the total population, I think, is bigger than people think it is.
For sure.
So, yeah. So,
Because if
uh,
you're in it, you think you're the only one. And if
yeah,
you're not in it, you can't even imagine that that exists.
right. Because the world is not built for us, we don't go out a lot.
That's right.
And so we're kind of like a little bit hidden. So I'm hoping with Wishwear Accessories, we can make things so that we can go out more comfortably in the world and engage. And right now, I'm actually working on a proposal to get an all abilities playground in my community
Oh,
and so that we can all go
beautiful.
out and have a place to be. So
Oh,
I live in a small mountain town in Utah, right outside of Park City, and we don't have any playgrounds that are all abilities friendly. So there's like tan bark,
mm,
or they're on a main road with no gate. Like the equipment you can't access, especially if you're in a wheelchair or use like a mobility device, like a walker, or even a cane, like a cane. You can't go in those wood chips with the cane or whatever.
right.
So I'm starting to do that in my own community, trying to get us an all abilities playground so we can go out and be friends.
Amazing.
Yes. So
Oh
I'm
my
saying yes
gosh.
to myself in the sense that I'm I am fully committed to Wishwear Accessories and taking it to the next level and ensuring that I'm meeting the needs of the community in a way that is fun and functional and that the kids like and actually want to wear the accessories. And if I can make
Gosh.
anybody's life just a tiny bit easier or more comfortable or more fun, mission
You're
complete.
the girl for the job.
Yeah, so
Oh my
it's like
gosh.
so fun.
You're such a force, and it's so beautiful. And I'm so happy I got to interview before you're on Good Morning America. And it's just because, oh my gosh, these are the stories. These are the things that people that aren't in that personal experience want to get behind, want to support. And
Yeah.
people that are in that experience, like, oh my gosh, like
They
you're
need the help,
meeting
and
a
we're all just
need.
drowning in raising our kids. Like yesterday, I spent my entire day at the hospital thinking I was getting eye photos for my son, and it turned into the doctor calling me from the OR going, "Hey, so my son's retina detached in April. So we reattached it, and
Oh
every
my
4 weeks we
gosh.
go to get his eyes checked. So last
I
four
don't
weeks
even
ago,
know what that means, and it sounds so awful.
oh, he lost his sight in his right eye. Like when your retina detaches, your eye doesn't work. So we're fighting to keep his eyesight. So every 4 weeks we go get checked. 4 weeks ago, she said, "Oh, I see scar tissue and it's pulling on the retina where I reattached it. I need to take like in-depth photos." So we went yesterday and I thought it was just gonna be photos. It was gonna be fine. He does have to go under anesthesia, which is always scary. And she calls me from the OR. She goes, "So, not great. He has another hole in his retina. I'm gonna laser it, but I need your permission." And I was like, "You have my permission.
Right.
We're already here."
Yeah.
And
And
we
he's
have to do
already
this
under
anyways, you know what I
anesthesia.
mean?
Right.
So then she comes into the waiting room and she's like, "So he has a lot of scar tissue. It's pulling on the retina that's the part of the retina that's reattached that is keeping his eyesight. So I think in the next 2 to 4 weeks, you'll be back here in my OR."
Oh,
And I was like,
wow.
"Okay."
Oh my
Yeah, so
gosh.
like the rare disease parents, we're doing this stuff, right? Like
Right.
this was my third doctor's appointment for the week for him, and I have to go to another procedure tomorrow where he's going under sedation and he's having a urology procedure done because he has a tethered spinal cord. So that all these things are leading up to, can we get his spinal cord detethered and when is the right time to do that? So there's just so many things that rare disease parents and kids are navigating that typical parents are not navigating. And
Right.
it's not something you can like talk about openly or freely because it's very shocking, right? Like if I tell
Hmm.
you, "Oh, I was in the my son was in the OR all day yesterday," and people are like, "Oh my gosh, is he okay?" And it's like, this is run of the mill for us. He was just under anesthesia 4 weeks ago, having another surgery, and so like the complexity of it is like larger, and
For sure.
it's like an unspoken thing because you're uncomfortable and then other people get uncomfortable and then that makes you uncomfortable more. So you're like, I would just rather not talk
Okay.
about it.
Okay. So let me just say what my experience is. I'm not uncomfortable at all. I
Like,
want to give you 5 hours of podcast space to say everything that you want to say, everything in your heart, what you want people to know, how you want people to treat you, how you like all the things. Do you have a podcast, by the way?
I don't have a podcast.
Okay, yeah,
And
we're
Effie
changing
does, and
that.
he navigates those like stories, and
Yeah,
she really caters to the rare disease space in such a beautiful way.
right.
It feels like a hug over the airways. Like
That's
it's so stunning.
gorgeous. That's
Yeah. So
gorgeous.
I think there's
So I just
pieces.
want you to know, like you speak freely, you because your joy is contagious. You're not mad at me
Oh no.
that
I'm not
like
mad at anybody.
I know, but that I'm complaining that I think Amelia might have rolled her eyes at me yesterday, but I'm not sure, but it felt like she did. Like honestly, please, whatever, right? Like I'm
everybody
rolling my eyes at myself for that.
everybody gets their own experience, and
Right.
this
And
is my
awful is
part.
awful,
Yeah,
regardless of
exactly.
the reason, and
That's
sad is
it.
sad, and happy is happy, and joy is joy, and all the things. And
Yes.
this is your space, not to compare to other people's experience, but to share yours.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so we're just navigating it, and I'm just trying to be over here making it a more joyful experience for all. So I make accessories for the kids, which is like really my passion. And but I also started designing advocate gear for the caregivers.
Amazing. Say more.
Yeah, it's the zebra is the mascot for rare genetic diseases. I have made my own mascot, Wish, the rare
Cute.
zebra. I've also coined
I
that term, zebra.
I
That's the Wishwear Connection.
love it.
And so when you go to my website, wishwearaccessories.com, you'll see there's an advocate section, and I have created these sweatshirts and t-shirts that I am like obsessed with. And on the front, it has a zebra heart, and on the back, it says, let's see if I can remember.
You
It
can.
says, "You are magical, you are loved, you are worth it." And there's one more, and I can't remember what it says. But they're so good, and I love them so much. I have them in all the colors. Black is my
Yay.
favorite. So just a way that and then underneath the heart on the front it says rare. Just a way for people to show their support and their
Yes.
like spread the rare disease joy, but also a conversation piece.
Right.
Like, what does that mean, rare?
Hmm.
And then you can start talking about it. It's like a conversation starter. So
Yes.
yes, and I've created a couple t-shirts for my own patient advocacy organization, which is CTNN-B1 Connect and Cure. So
Okay.
that is the nonprofit organization that serves our CTNN-B1 community. So they facilitate research, and
Mm.
they put together family gatherings and an annual conference to share the research with the community. It's like kind of a beautiful place to be, and I'm so grateful for them. And I've noticed that a lot of rare disease um, populations have these patient advocacy organizations that really go to bat for them, and they lobby and they
Mm.
fund research and chase after researchers. And so it's kind of like a cool space to be in, because there's so much love and support, and we all know kind of what each other is going through. So it's easier
Right.
to like dump, but also like shared experiences, because CTNNB1 is so small of a population, the doctors don't know much about it.
Right.
And so I only knew to ask about fever, a rare genetic eye disease that my son also has. I only knew to ask about that because of my patient advocacy organization and because of the
Mm.
patient population. We have like a Facebook group that we all talk on. And the parents were coming in saying, "My kid just tested for fever and he came back, he has like a fever diagnosis. How about you?" And then someone else will come in from across the country. "I also got that diagnosis. Is this common amongst our kids?" So then we all run out to our ophthalmologist and say, "I want to be tested for fever." And they all go, "I can guarantee you without a shadow of a doubt, your child does not have fever." And they're like, "Okay, that's cute. Give me the test anyways." And then it comes back. So I can't be your ophthalmologist anymore. Your son does have fever. And they run out of the room. And I'm like,
What is fever? I mean, I know what a
um,
fever is, but what
no, it's
makes
FE. Yeah, I wish I could. It's
oh, okay. It's a
FEVR.
thing.
It's
Okay.
a thing. It has to do with retinas, and there's like whole maybe you do a dye test. They put dye, you either drink the dye, they inject the dye, I'm not sure. And then if it bleeds through the retina, you have fever. So maybe
Mm,
there's holes in the retina, maybe, I don't know.
oh gosh. And
Um,
then your ophthalmologist can't be your ophthalmologist
yeah, he
anymore?
won't see me anymore, so I got a new one, which I like her way better.
Yeah, I like
Uh,
her better too.
yes.
Like what?
And so, right?
Oh my God.
She's
I
great.
would just like, we would be phoning this in from jail because
Uh,
I would have been like, are
but
you
it's
effing kidding me? And then I'd be arrested and then I'm no good to anybody.
so it's super common that we run
Hmm.
through doctors.
I'm
So
sure.
this is like not our first rodeo. So for me, I was like, that's fine. Don't
Right.
be our ophthalmologist. Who next? They're like, let's
Yes.
send you to Dr. Young, who's her name. And I'm like, okay. And I love her. She's great. And she tells me straight up in the room, there's a problem. When his retina detached, she's the one that found it. And she was
Right.
looking in his eyes. She was doing all the things. And I'm really stressed in these appointments. So I sit in the corner and I'm just like, ugh, because he's
Mm.
so non-compliant and his behaviors are so like tremendous. And she's like, it's okay, I got it. Don't worry about it. I deal with these kind of kids all the time. She has the other CTNNB1 kids here.
Okay.
Um, and so she's looking in his eyes. She's like, Ashley. And I was like, yes. And she goes, there's a problem. And I was like, okay, I feel like we're in the right place for that. She's like,
Right.
good. I'm going to do something. I need you to go walk him around for 15 minutes and come right back. And I go, okay. So I set an alarm on my phone, take him to get ice cream. We're walking around at the gift shop. It's his favorite place to go. We come back. She goes, yep, his retina detached. I'm calling your doctor. I'm calling your retina specialist. And I was like, you can just call her like on the phone. She was like, I already have her. And she's on the cell phone with her. And I'm like,
I love Dr. Young.
uh-huh. She's
She's
great.
amazing. Okay, I have 8,000 questions, but if these just distract from something you want to say, then just
Oh,
say, that's a great question. I'll tell you later or whatever.
that's
Okay,
cool.
so I want to know if you live in this small town outside of Park City because of the doctors that are available, or if you found them in your community and that's just where you were.
I will tell you quite opposite. I'm from the
Okay.
Bay Area in
Oh,
California,
okay. Me
and
too.
my medical experience in the Bay Area was so great.
Yeah.
I had I fired doctors left and right because I had
Hmm.
Kaiser. And so I had the most wonderful care team because I had fired so many. Like, hey,
Right.
you won't be part of our care team. And so we actually moved to this small town because of the education for
Mm.
addicts. It is stellar and stunning, and his sped case manager, she is phenomenal. I've asked her to marry me probably 10 times because
Oh my
I
gosh,
can't
amazing.
imagine living my life without her for one moment.
Mm.
So it's always trade-offs, right? So
Right.
my medical is not the greatest here. And I have to drive far to see people, and a lot of people don't accept insurance in Utah. And so, yes,
Like so many
one
eye
hoop
rolls.
after
Okay.
another. Yes, for sure.
Mhm.
But the education here is so good. He has like he's placed in a normal classroom. He gets pulled out for all of his specials. He qualified for all the specials. They are very supportive. He has an aide in the classroom. He is just thriving in the education.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's so much better than anything California
Yeah.
could even consider offering me because they're so overrun with elementary students that they were not capable of offering him any in classroom time. He was always
Mm.
in the segregated classroom for the sped kids. So I don't regret my choice, but I definitely won't stay here forever.
Right.
Because from what I understand, as he goes up in grade, it might not be as supportive. So
Mm.
just other things I have to consider, right? So now I have
Right.
to consider that and try to get ahead of it and see if I can get him in a good placement with good care and support and the accommodations that he needs to vibe and thrive.
Right.
Or do we have to like jump to a new rock? So
Right. And do
things,
you have other children?
yes, I
Yes,
have,
because I see three
yes,
charms on your
that's
necklace.
them. My son Gage is 12. All
Okay.
my kids have birthdays in the next 3 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
Lovey
Happy
just had
birthday
her
to them
birthday.
all.
Yeah,
Yes.
so Gage will be 12, Maddox will be 10, and Lavella just turned 7.
Oh my gosh, what beautiful names.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay.
So we're all on this ride together. And, I have to say, my kids are so well versed in dealing with and navigating different kinds of people.
Hmm.
And more complex personalities because Maddox is decently complex with lots of negative behaviors. And so
Okay.
my kids are learning very early on how to work with people they don't want to work with.
Yeah.
And so it's like a beautiful life lesson for them. Is it
Mm.
harder? Oh, times 10,
Totally.
times 10. But they're learning to navigate it so well. And
Right.
I think that this aspect of their life will really set them up for success
For
as
sure.
they grow and then enter the workforce. And
Right.
it's kind of a beautiful thing, but it's also like, as the mom, a little bit awful because I'm like, this is not fair to them. This
Mm.
is not fair to any of us. This is so impossible. We are living this very challenging life. But then I watch them, but then I give them the grace and the space to navigate it in their own way.
Yeah.
And the way they do it is so beautiful.
Mm.
It's like one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. And Gage is capable of talking Maddox off the ledge so much more than I am.
Wow.
And Lavella is so amazing at engaging Maddox in activities that are not necessarily his preferred activities to get him playing and engaging. And she invites other friends to play with them and she navigates that complexity. Oh,
Oh my
Maddox, that's not how
word.
we talk to them. Or, oh, can my brother please have his train back? That's his favorite train. And he doesn't share his train. So I'll get you a different toy. And so she's navigating the complexity of that. And it's like, You guys
Oh
are
my gosh.
super sibling rock stars
Right?
is what I'm raising.
Oh my gosh. You're
Yeah.
such a queen.
It's, like, so
How
good for humanity, like, the whole world will benefit because of these super siblings.
right. For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
How are you giving space and grace to yourself?
Girl.
And what does that look like? I mean, I know it looks different every day. It's like, oh, I let myself close my
Yeah.
eyes for 32 seconds.
Yes. I think I am mindful of it and I do my best. Am I doing great? Probably not.
Yeah.
Um, I try to eat every day and I
Good
practice
job.
box breathing. So my daughter, oh no, it's mountain climbing breathing. My daughter taught me this.
Okay.
She goes, "Okay, mom, we're gonna do mountain climbing breathing." So you go,
Okay. Inhale on the up the finger, exhale
yeah.
on going down the finger, inhale going up, exhale going down.
And then that way it's like tactical also. So it gives me
Right.
something to focus. So I was box breathing for a while, but that's only breathing. And then I didn't know
And
to use like my
counting.
mind.
Right.
The rock climbing breathing I found to be so much more beneficial to me because there was a
Sure.
tactile option to
Distraction.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's quieting your mind. Right. And you're
Yes.
breathing through your nose, which is
All things.
signaling to your nervous system that you're safe.
Yes. I have to remind myself I'm not in a jungle. I am not in danger. It is okay. There's nothing to be concerned about. I also do
Holy
my
crap. How do you do that? Because I think you're kind of in a jungle.
I just say those exact
You're
words. Like
so
there's
good.
nothing chasing you.
Mm,
You're not going to die.
right,
Tomorrow is a new day. This too
right,
shall pass.
right.
This too shall pass. My friend Aisha is the one that came up with this quote, give yourself the grace and the space.
Yep,
Give yourself the grace and the space. I have it written on posties here,
sure.
all over here. Um, and then I have a quote here that I came up with myself. It says, lean into what you love.
Right.
So I love
I'm gonna
that.
go sew some blankets.
It's okay. That's what I was going to say next. So I sew.
Mhm.
And because it is there's a hum to it. It's very
Yeah,
repetitive. It's like a constant motion. It's
it's
very,
meditative.
yeah, it's meditative. And so when I get really like wigged out, I'll go
Mm-hmm.
into my sewing room and
Okay.
everybody knows they're not allowed in there. And so sometimes I'll get the embroidery machine going and I'll sew something. And then
Mm.
it's like double hum and I can't hear anything. Nobody
Oh,
gets to
that's
need me in
good.
those moments.
Right.
And so I try to do that.
Oh my gosh. Don't you dare make me a raincoat. You're up to much better things in the world than how cute I look.
But the thing is that stuff is the stuff that brings me joy. And
Okay.
so you have to plan joy. It doesn't just happen to you.
Oh my gosh, say that again, please.
You have to plan joy. It's not
Yes.
something that just happens. And it's also not effortless.
Right.
We just went camping. I love camping. Camping is my favorite thing to do in the whole wide world. I named my dog Camper. Um, and we went this weekend for my daughter's seventh birthday. We loaded up our dirt bikes and the trailer, and we went to the most beautiful place right outside of Strawberry Reservoir. It was like stunning. And when I got there, I was like, oh my God, this is so much work. Like I was so overwhelmed by the amount of
Yeah.
work that it took to get us there. And
Mm-hmm.
then I sat there in my camping chair and I was like, I love it here. I
Right.
love it here. Look at the clouds rolling in. I'm going to read a book. I just bought myself a new Kindle. I treated myself to a Kindle. So
Good
that's
job.
kind of a big deal for me because I was
Super.
I was carrying around books like this
Oh my gosh.
on
Oh my gosh.
airplanes. And the flight
That's a beautiful
attendant,
book, though. That would be hard not to own.
this is a great series if you're
It,
into like questionable books.
okay. Okay. Well,
You're
we
into
are
that.
now.
Good for you. Everybody should be. That's a great outlet also.
It's
I
called
carried
gold,
that.
right? It's called gold. That's
Yes.
all we're gonna say.
Okay, so that's the fourth one in the series,
Okay.
the
Oh,
Plated Prisoner series, and it is so good. I love it.
awesome.
I was like, I'm gonna sit here and read a book. And I was watching my kids play. We got Lavella for her birthday a metal detector, so she's metal
Oh,
detecting
fun.
and she's digging up coins and she's so excited about it. None of my kids were on screens. My
Right.
my disabled son Maddox was sitting on our friend's quad just role playing. He had a whole storyline, characters, he engaged everybody in it. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna get the presents because he was the Grinch.
Oh, okay.
And then my oldest son was riding his dirt bike around. And then Ryan was cooking, and my husband Ryan, he was cooking and he was riding dirt bikes with the kids, and he would load them up on the bikes and they would go for a ride. We were walking the dogs. Like we were
Gosh.
pitching in as a family to enjoy this joyful experience. We were playing ladder golf. Like I had a karaoke machine. We did karaoke for Lovey's
Gosh.
birthday with I had blow ups and disco lights, and it was so much work, but it was so fun. And I just thought,
Mm,
I'm providing such a fun, joyful childhood to my kids,
yeah.
and I am so peaceful right now. All of this was worth it. Yes, it was work, and yes, there was planning, but there was so much joy that was had, and there were so many like memories made, and the
Yes.
kids, and it's the Kokanee Salmon Run here also. So we
Okay.
went to the ranger station and we watched the salmon spawn, and we met Smokey the Bear.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, we took pictures with Smokey the Bear, and then
that's
they got
amazing.
all the Smokey the Bear swag, and so I'm like, "Ah, this is so joyful. I'm so grateful that I was willing to put in the effort to
Mm,
bring this to life."
yes.
So I think that people think that joy is just gonna happen and magic is gonna happen. It's not. You have to want it. You have to be
Right.
willing to go get it. And then when it's happening, you have to be willing to
Yeah.
engage in it. You
Yep.
can't just
Exactly.
stand off on the side like I'm so tired because I made this happen. I don't even want to be here. That
Hmm.
you miss the whole point of doing
Right.
it in the first place.
Right. Right. Because it does just happen when we get out of the way, when
Yes.
we are not in resistance about how this is the only thing that looks like joy to me and this is the only way it can happen. And if it doesn't, if we don't have green lights and blue skies, then it's not worth it to me. Like you set an intention, like you said, you have to want it, and then you have to be present when it shows up
Yes.
for the
And it's not
party.
and it's not going to come without challenges. So my dog was sick this whole camping trip. It was
Mm.
coming out of both ends.
Oh gosh.
Yes, but did that take away from the joy? No, we were just out there still doing it, and I was still happy and joyful. Yeah, there was complexities, and yeah, the kids were still fighting, but it's like they're gonna fight at home anyways. Camper was
Right.
gonna be sick at home anyways. Like
Yeah.
these things have that's part of life. Like life is
Right.
not easy, it's not streamlined, it's not efficient. Nobody's curating it for you. Like it's messy, and you have to learn to navigate that and be comfortable in the chaos. Be willing
Right.
to embrace some of the chaos because that's just part of it.
Well, the contrast has you appreciate the joy.
Right. So, yeah, I think joy is important. The glimmers are important. When Maddox poured his own cereal, I was like, gotta be
Oh
kidding
my
me. I'm
gosh.
like, do you see that? He's doing his own cereal. Like, we don't want to make a big deal of it because I don't want him to get self-conscious, but I was like, oh my God, he's doing it. Like, he's taking initiative. He knows he's
Right.
hungry. He knows it's time to eat cereal. He went and got all the components and he's putting it together. Like, what planning on his part? Winning, son.
Gosh.
So yeah, like stopping and in the chaos, acknowledging the glimmers and then
Yes.
celebrating them.
Yeah.
Not, it doesn't have to be a grand celebration. Nothing has to be grand. Like if it's a high five, if you just jump up and down because you're excited, like all of
Hmm.
it is a win.
Yeah.
And I do find that it's more fun when you engage the kids in the celebration because they want to celebrate everything. They're kids, everything that's fun.
Totally.
And I busted out that karaoke machine and just started singing to them. Even when I was yelling at them, I was like, stop hitting your brother. And they were like, "Ah, this is fun. Okay, I'll stop. What are we gonna sing next?" And then my daughter's like, "Yama soda pop,"
Oh,
the
but
K-pop Demon Hunters.
oh,
Oh,
yes, I do.
girl, that is running rampant in my house.
Yep, same, same.
You went from, "Oh, the kids are fighting," ugh, to now I've engaged them and now I've transitioned them to doing something positive with their time.
That's right. And you're back to your book.
And I'm back to my book or whatever it is, or I'm singing with them, right? Like
Yeah.
really engaging in it with
Yeah.
them. And those become my favorite joyous moments in the moment. Like reading stories at night. I know I'm supposed to love that, but I don't love it. I
Great.
want them to go
Your
to sleep
knower is
at
working. That's
at 8
awesome.
p.m. I'm all done. I don't want to
Yeah.
read you a story. I know that that
Hmm.
is one of those romanticized, whimsical things that
Whatever. Would
parents
you
do.
please? You're killing it. Don't you worry.
So but if I take the time, like last night, my daughter and I, we did a Where's Waldo book, and I sat there and we found Waldo and the bee guy and the dog, and then I sat on the sofa afterwards, and I was like, that was one of my favorite parts of the day.
Right. But you chose it.
Yeah,
That's why it was the favorite part of your day. If you did it
begrudgingly,
all the night, but if you did it every time when you don't want to,
yes, it becomes resentful.
right. And you
Yeah,
don't, I mean, there's no room. You have no time in your schedule to add resentment.
I don't.
Like you're too busy. That's not gonna work.
Grasping at joy, grasping at joy. So this
Right.
is Wish the Rare to Zebra in Build-A-Bear form. I took my kids
Oh my
to Build-A-Bear
gosh.
with their aunt for their birthday, and she treated
Okay.
the Build-A-Bear. And I saw Wish, and I was like, because that's my mascot is Wish. I saw
Yes.
their version of her, and I was like, I am gonna build a Build-A-Bear.
Oh my gosh.
And all the kids were like, "You're gonna do it too?" And then they got even more excited because I was engaging in things that are fun for them, but it was also fun for me. And I have this whole video of I had them put the heart inside. So they did the whole dance and then they made wishes for her and they kissed him and they put him in the zebra. And so now they're part of the Build-A-Bear too. And so it's like a really special thing for them. So just engaging in the things that even like if you think they're trivial or like mundane or like that's not my thing. Just engage in them
Right.
anyways because you never know. Like you might find joy in that.
Totally. Totally. Because like you said, you were looking for it. And you get what you're looking for,
You
whether
get
you
what
want
you're
it or not.
Yes, ma'am. You definitely get what you're looking for. So there are
Hmm.
some days where I'm like, I need to have fun today. And so
Yeah.
in every aspect of it, I'm like, is this fun? How do I make this fun?
Yeah.
And trying to come like, I'm gonna put music on, I'm gonna dance, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, oh my God, I did have fun. I had so much fun because I set the intention. I feel like what you set the intention
Yeah.
for will come
Hmm.
to you.
Totally. Totally. You are such a joy. I love you so much. I'm so excited that Elizabeth connected us.
Yes.
I have a question for you, and we can edit it out if you don't want to answer, or if you're like, whew, that's a whole nother show. Um, how are you navigating your relationship with Ryan?
Ryan and I prioritize each other.
That
It's,
is
it's like
amazing.
him and I against the kids.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
and so he is a wonderful communicator.
Mm,
Maybe not unprompted, but when I prompt him, like, we need to talk about this, or I'm having a problem with this, or I need help with this, generally I engage the conversation. He is such a beautiful listener. He's incredibly respectful of my feelings, and we're both very solution oriented. So it's like, okay, we have to fix this. Like, this is wrong. Like, he's like, I can't have you moping around the house because you're too stressed out. Like,
mhm.
stress shows up for me physically, so my body gets really
Mm,
really tight, and so then
mm,
I everything hurts me to like move and do stuff. And so he's like, I can't, I we need you here present, so how do we make this work? And he's very good about jumping in and helping. And I'm trying to get him to shift his mindset. You're not helping me. These are our responsibilities. We're not
right.
necessarily there just yet. But if I
Yeah.
tell him, if I fold one more pile of laundry, I think I might set it all on fire. And he's like,
Hmm.
okay, you go
Yes.
and read your book or go to your sewing room.
Right.
Um, and he sends me off or whatever. And then he protects me from the kids. If you don't leave your mom alone,
Yeah.
one more person says mom, because I was telling him one time, and I give him stats. Like one time I was like, I set a timer. I got everybody engaged in their own activities, and they were all finally leaving me alone. And so I left the room and I set a timer. And I was like, Ryan, it took 3 minutes and 23 seconds for someone to come find me, you included. And he
Mm,
was like, are you joking? And I was like, I'm not kidding.
right.
And so like We've set boundaries with the kids, like they're not allowed in our room. If the bathroom
Yeah.
door is shut, you may not open it. If
Right.
your mom is in her office, you may not talk to her. Come to me. And
Mm-hmm.
so we're trying to train the kids to
Right.
not go to mom for everything.
Yeah.
And then he sees when I'm just absolutely overrun and he is like, no, no one gets to talk to mom right now.
Right.
You go to the room or you hide or I'll find him in his shop. He does mechanic-y type things on his dirt bikes and whatever. I'll hide in the shop where he is. So I know if the kids need something, as a default, they will go find Ryan.
Right.
And he'll tell them, oh, mom's not here. She left. She went on a walk. So
I
that is so
love this. Oh
helpful.
my gosh. I love him for you, and I love you for him, and I
Yeah, it's
love
good.
both of you for them, and I love them for both of you. It's just,
It's a
it's
good dynamic.
it's working.
It's working. It's a little bit of effort on my part. I wish it was
Oh
a
my
little
God.
bit less
It's,
effort,
well,
but
it's
it
intention.
is
It's
what it is.
intention,
Yeah,
and there is no, I mean, no one is parenting without effort. I mean,
right.
that it's like, I don't think that's a thing. And oh my gosh,
There's a lot of
you're,
effort. We're putting in a lot of effort collectively. And then we also really prioritize dating each other.
I love
And
you
that's
guys so
a fire
much.
pit in the backyard with cocktails. It is let's go to the brewery and play a card game. It's let's take one kid at a time to go paddleboard. Like,
Hmm.
so we'll take Lavella out to go paddleboard for an hour in the evening because we live by a lake.
Nice.
And so it's just the three of us. And then we'll
Yeah.
do it with Maddox. We'll take him to lunch. Like after his doctor's appointment yesterday, we went on a date to TJ Maxx
So fun.
and everybody got to pick a prize. So he loved that. And then with Gage, we'll take him to like a sporting event or whatever. So we also are dating our kids individually.
Gosh, you guys. Okay, that needs to be a podcast. You and him and how you're doing this. This is
Yeah.
so beautiful, Ashley. I I feel like a better person for having this conversation. And I
We're
didn't
making it work
add
for us.
anything. I did not add one thing to this conversation except for an opportunity for you to speak your
Oh,
beautiful truth.
you're so
Please,
sweet.
oh my gosh, I love you. There will be so many more conversations. Please tell everybody how they can find and follow you, how they can support your amazingness, all the things.
Yeah, so I have a website. It's www.wishwearaccessories.com. And then I'm on Instagram. I just got on TikTok, so I
Oh,
am
look at
so
you.
new age. Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And then I also have a LinkedIn account. So if you're interested in how I am building the business, I talk a kind of a little bit of like the behind the scenes. Like like I built my own website. I built this whole business by myself. Like I built the
Amazing.
website. I got like where I design my advocacy gear. I do that all myself. I do all the designing by myself. I do all the sewing by myself. And I am actually looking forward to getting some manufacturing on board.
Right?
But I talk about all of that in the LinkedIn account because it's more of a
Okay.
business platform. But if you want to see like the stuff that I'm making or the kids that I'm supporting, all of it is on Instagram. I'm starting to put videos on TikTok. My daughter, actually, Lavella, she's a super sibling. So we created a super sibling I Spy treasure pouch.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so, because I was like, what could we make for the super siblings for Wishwear? And she loves the I Spy, like the Waldo stuff. And
Right.
I was like, how about a I Spy pouch? And she was like, I love that idea. So I made a prototype and like tested it with her to see if she really liked it. So she actually fills every single I Spy pouch. I don't do it. She puts all the treasures in. So you'll see videos of that on the TikTok. Maddox talks about Wish the Rare to Zebra on TikTok. That was my first video. I literally just got TikTok
Gosh.
this week. So that will be building up when you'll see videos of the kids like doing stuff. And on my Instagram account, I post all the Wishwear stuff or Wishwear in the wild. But I also share my rare mom journey on there with
Yeah.
Maddox. So you can see like and learn more about Maddox and CTNNB1 and CTNNB1 connected cure. So yeah, find me.
Oh
Come
my
find me. It's
gosh.
fun.
Oh my gosh. You are amazing.
Thank you.
You're such a gift. I loved this conversation and I am floating on your joy. Thank you so
Yay.
much for being here.
We're all just out here doing our best.
Aren't we? But
That's it.
damn, girl, you're killing it.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you having me on. It was lovely to talk to you and share my story.
Anytime.